Peaceful family, peace, peace, peace. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well tonight. Before we begin, please let me know if you can hear me okay in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me, you can see me okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I want to first say thank you for your grace. Initially, it was supposed to be 8:30, but I appreciate you all for waiting patiently and all the love that you have been sharing with me. I did have to go into meditation and clear out some stuff just because of the topic, of tonight, right? So before we begin, I just want to settle my energy, settle your energy, because I've been feeling a lot of you. I just been feeling you heavily today. So the first thing I would like for you all to do along with me is to take a deep collective breath so that we can just stabilize this field right now. So on the count of three, we're just going to take a deep breath together. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. The next thing I would like for all of you to do is let me know in the chat where you are from. If this is your first time you are here, I'm having some, let me see if I can see the chat. Let me know if this is your first time here, let us know. Let us know where you're from. If you've taken classes before, let us know. I'd like to know who is in here with us tonight. And it's good for us to know who's here as well with us sharing space. Let's see. Okay, we have Mississippi, San Diego, Delaware, Peace, Spirit Doodle, Detroit, New Orleans. Peace to Sean. Wow, it's been since 2020. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is your 2 million time here, Shani. Florida, Connecticut, Georgia, Hampton, Georgia. First time here, welcome. Sibria, welcome. Ariel, yes, astrology class. Welcome. Elmira, I've been with you for years. Welcome back. South Africa, welcome. Nyanya, welcome. Okay, so let's get into it. You see the title of this this lesson tonight. The first thing is that I was intentional in calling and magnetizing the soul born, and we'll get into exactly what that is. But this is a very intentional lesson. Again, this is something that I received months ago, and I was so excited that I wanted to share it. And Spirit said, not yet, not yet. And I said, well, whenever it is the time, I will share it. And this is the time for this message to come out. So this message is not meant for everyone. I want you to be intentional as you are listening to it. Yes, you're going to take notes for the most of you, but I want you to be intentional in how it resonates within your body, okay? And you can say it. Say, I'm feeling this in my solar plexus. I feel in my throat and my crown chakra. You can express where you're feeling it. It is going to resonate with those who it is meant to resonate with. And you will see that as we go through, as I explain the 3 types of beings. Now, I've done multiple lessons on this over the past 5 years, and I've used sacred texts to express or explain the 3 types of beings that were in a sacred text. For example, Dead Sea Scrolls, the Nag Hammadi. However, this went a little bit deeper because I was intentional in asking Spirit to explain this at a deeper level, just because of everything that is happening in the world. As we know, there has been a spiritual split. It has happened. Okay. Everyone, like I said last year, everyone gets exposed, right? Good or bad, evil or good, whatever. Everyone gets exposed. There was a shaking that took place. And there were those who fell from the shaking, and there were those who stood firm or rose or just stood still in a place of stillness. And I expressed that stillness is not lostness. It is just, I'm just not going to move right now. Okay. And so there are many people that are in that place. And so this lesson is for all of you. Again, you will resonate with this as truth. If you don't, that's okay. But there are those of you who are meant to receive this information. My job is not to share anything new with you. My work is to cause a remembrance within you, to awaken parts of your DNA that has been suppressed so that you can activate and do the work that you are here to do for this collective. So, with that said, let us begin. Again, welcome everyone. And we're going to go ahead and begin. Your heart chakra has been heavy, Deshawn. It's okay. We're going to lighten it up. We're going to lighten it up tonight. Okay, so again, well, for those of you who may not know, if this is your first time, this is one of the lectures that I'm doing. I'm going to present slides so that those people can take notes. If you like to take notes, this is something I would say take notes on. Now, I can't go too deep into this. I wanted to, but Spirit just said, no, this is the level that you can go deep in this type of a platform. With regards to the students that are in Spiritual AU, the collective, we will have a deeper lesson on this. We're going to go fairly deep, but again, there's certain limitations of how deep I can go. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Please let me know in YouTube land when you are able to see this screen. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. There we go. Okay, let me check the chat. All right, perfect. So the three types of beings who's really here on this earth. We're going to get specific. This is going to touch some nerves, your nervous system. You may feel a certain way, and that's okay. I want you to feel. But let's go ahead and get into this. If you have questions, I may answer a couple at the end, depending on my energy. I will let you know. But if you ask questions throughout, I most likely will not see it because I can't see the chat. Okay. And so why are we talking about this now at this time? It's because of everything that is happening in the world. And as spiritual beings, you need to recognize who is who. Sometimes spiritual beings have this filter where you look at people's hearts or their traumas and you make excuses for people, etc., and you really don't know who is who. And so you can be harmed, manipulated, confused. You made to feel like something's wrong with you. And so it's important as we now go into this space that we're entering into, that you understand who is who. And when you understand who people are around you, you also understand who you are. So let's proceed. Okay. So the earth is a shared dimension, okay? There are multiple types of beings that are here on this earth at the same time. This is not new to many of you because I've been saying this for years. Not all beings share the same origin, purpose, or potential. Understanding the differences amongst these beings is key to discernment. And this discernment helps to protect you against energetic spiritual harm. Okay. So the first question that one of the things I wanted to know is how many beings were on this planet? Is it really the 7-8 billion that we have been told? And Spirit said, no, that's not what it is. That number is actually artificially inflated and maintained by certain systems that benefit from this illusion. The idea of global saturation and overcrowding, again, is not true. It serves political, economic, and psychological agendas, and you need to understand that. The true number of incarnated soul beings is far lower than that, about 60 to 70%, right? So you want to know the math on that? Take that number and you multiply it by 60 to 70%, and that is the true number that is actually on this earth. The actual number of inhabited vessels, meaning bodies that are animated by any form of consciousness, including soul sparks, echoes, AI programs, is significantly lower than reported. There are many shells that are walking this earth that are not fully alive, not the way that you understand it. This is what you may call looped presence, matrix filters, okay? Time thread stabilizers. So what you are seeing effectively is a populated simulation. It's not a soul dense planet, okay? And so we'll get into that. I'll explain that a little bit deeper. So there are three types of beings. There are the soul born, the constructed, or the echo parasite, okay? Now, as I go through this, this may feel very similar to the three types of beings that I've spoke about before, okay? And so let's get into the different types of beings. So the soul born, there are about 7 to 9% of soul born, approximately 7 to 9% of soul born on this planet right now. So when I say things like, this is not We Are the World, this is not for everyone, it's not millions and millions of people, this is what I'm speaking of. This is the number that I received. These people, these beings are known as the builders, the dreamers, the seeders, or grid workers, okay? Not all are awakened yet, but they have the capacity to remember. These soul beings cannot be fully mimicked or copied. Let me express some things here. Not all are awakened. This is why it is so important for you to do your work, because you may be the ones to waken up some of the soul born. However, none can be fully mimicked or copied. And we are seeing this as those who try to play spirituality are being exposed, because it's not something that you can play. It's not something that you can put on. It's just something that you are. And being that you are this, you can't hide it. And we'll get into that as well. So the next group, which is the largest group, is the constructed. So many of these beings appear conscious, but their connection is unstable. They include ancestral walk-ins and partial incarnations. These are energies that are NPCs, background energy, program beings. They have specific roles in the matrix, such as opposition, manipulation, surveillance. These are vessels that are bound, not empty, not empty. This is where people get fooled, but they are bound, energetically bound. They have a non-soul-based intelligence for the most part. They have simulations of certain personality types that once existed. Remember, they are mimicking something that is true. Now they're running on memory code, which means that you may have groups of people that seem very similar. They're very the same. They're like, this person is saying the same exact thing that that person said, because they're running on this code of a true personality that they cannot truly be. These are also sleepwalkers, which are indistinguishable from real beings or soul-born beings until they are tested through frequency. Listen, listen. I always tell spiritual beings, say no, put up boundaries, stand fully in who you are authentically, and you will see who is who around you. These energies don't like it when you are fully embodied in who you are, when you truly are wearing your crown, when you are authentically you. And this is why it's so important for you to be authentically you. These constructs cannot ascend. They do not dream deeply. They are often triggered or agitated by pure vibration and divine light and or divine light. It triggers something within them. This is why many times your presence causes chaos in certain spaces, even when you're silent. You're like, I didn't even say anything. I'm just here. Let's talk about the echo beings, which are 20 to 25% of beings on this earth. So the echo beings are vessels with bound entities. They're not necessarily emptied, but occupied by non-soul entities, non-soul based intelligences. These often function as energetic siphons or mimics. This group contains the sleepers, and these sleepers are awaiting activation. These are groups that are hijacked or fractured soul vessels. They can possibly return to alignment if healed, but there's a lot of work and there's an activation that has to happen within them. It can't be fake or superficial. Many times this is ancestral walk-ins or partial incarnations. Okay. Some of these beings are caught in karmic loops or they are under ritual bondage. Listen, when I say ritual bondage, many times I'm speaking about religious bondage. Many religions perform rituals that are meant to keep the beings that follow them in spiritual bondage. And many of you have been in this space and have broken out of those bondages. Many in this group appear to be conscious, but their connection is unstable. So these are people that you may be following on social media, watching, and they're saying the things. It makes sense. It feels good, but their connection is unstable. How do we know? 5 years ago, I did a video called Deceptors, that they will be revealed. 5 years ago, some of the same people that were talking about spirituality, that were had big channels, etc., something shook their foundation and they went back to their old system. And the whole time, some of you felt, I like what they're saying, but something feels off. Many times they are dependent on the true soul born as a source. So the true soul born does something or says something, they will then siphon that energy or they will copy that energy or try to mimic that energy. Listen, there are some of you that maybe you are on social media, you have a small page, or maybe you have a company or something, you're relatively small. There are these people that will look at you, will watch you, will find you, and will do what you are doing, mimicking you, and do that in a big way. And you're saying, man, I did that first. That was me. But how can you prove it? This is what they do. I literally heard they don't have the juice you do. And they're sucking, siphoning, absorbing your energetic juice. Let's continue. The bound ones. Now, the bound ones are found within all three groups. Okay. Some even soul-born are bound. These are those who have made pacts or were spiritually compromised. Listen. They let this construct of this world count more than it needed to count. And so they were spiritually compromised. They made certain pacts. You've heard of these pacts that people have made. But most of them are vessels from group 2, fractured and entangled, or vessels from group 3 used to house parasitic intelligences. These beings may appear to thrive, but their energy is not their own, y'all. Listen to me. Listen to me. They may appear to be great or doing great big things, but there is something that has bound to them that is feeding them. Let me stop for a moment and check with the chat. I said quite a bit, and I want to just check with you. How are you all doing? How is this resonating with you? How are you feeling about this? Again, this has to resonate within you. It has to feel like a knowing, like this makes sense. I feel this is familiar. I can't put my finger on this, but it just feels clear to me. Over the next few months, I'm going to be sharing these truths. I'm going to be answering questions that you have always had and didn't understand. Some things that are considered conspiracy theories. These are things that I'm going to bring to you because, again, I'm here to help you to remember who you are, to help activate those locked codes within your DNA. Okay, very good. Let's continue. Seems like most of you are getting it. All right. So this is a message to the soul born. You feel so much because you are made to shake the systems. You are feeling it because you're made to shake things up. Your presence is a frequency disruptor. You see what others pretend not to see. You feel who is real and who is not. You are awake in the lands of sleepwalkers, and you doubt yourself because you are surrounded by projections. All of these things that I just stated are directly connected to soul born beings. If you say, well, I don't know what category I fit into, is really a sign of who you are because you actually care. You care. You want to be okay. You want to be righteous. The reason why you're so empathic, why you can connect to people, why you feel things, why you feel out of place is because you are meant to disturb this system, this frequency. That's why you have to be who you are, authentically you. Everybody can't be the same. Everybody can't talk the same, walk the same, look the same, act the same, do the same thing. Because then if everyone is the same, if we're homogenous, then we're only disrupting one frequency, one system. And there are systems, frequencies that we have to shake up. We can't all live in the same place. You see things, you'll watch a movie and see things, and will say, what are you talking about? That's not what that's about. You're doing too much. You are awake. You are aware in a land where most of the beings here are asleep, 7 to 9%. And you constantly are doubting yourself. And you're doubting yourself by things that are false, by beings that are not even real. You are real. You are what is real. Let's continue. Let's talk about the 144,000. Let's talk about this. The 144,000 refers to a specific encoded group of soul-born beings. These beings carry master architect codes. They are part of the original Earth consciousness. The number is mathematical and vibrational in signature. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. This is a question that I've asked. I received some information about this back in 2017, when I was in South America, and it was so it was a lot. I was so unclear about it. And one of the things that I kept getting is stop looking at the number, stop looking at the vessel. So, is the number 144,000 accurate? Yes and no. Yes, because it refers to a specific encoded group of soul-born beings who carry master architect codes. You can't try to be it. You can't work your way in it. You can't be part of an organization to be it. It just is what is in you. You have to carry the codes. These beings are part of the original seeding of Earth consciousness, not as rulers. Everyone's not a king and a queen, but as calibrators. Let's stop thinking of how this Earth conscious is and start thinking more in a galactic way. Being calibrators says that you came here for a reason to do a work. The number 144,000 is a mathematical and vibrational signature. It is not a head count in the way humans often interpret it. This number is found everywhere. In every ancient system, you will see this number. You will see the number 12. After 12 comes 13. I've done lessons on this. I won't go into that right now. But the number is extremely significant. But I need you to think not just physically, because the physical is a manifestation of spiritual. Okay. It is not a head count in the way humans often interpret it. It is not a cap. It is not, well, you're 144,001, so you don't count. You cut off. Think of the 144,000 as an original harmonic chord, like a divine frequency that came down. Okay. And it activated others that came down with them. Okay, again, I can go but so deep here on this platform. But the 144,000, 100% is a subset of group 1, and they represent the first wave of builders, grid workers, okay, seeders, and they're coded with several things. Number 1, they're encoded with grid activation codes. Listen, grid activation codes. This is the work. What did I say? I'm here to help you activate these codes within your DNA. I'm not sharing anything that you don't know. It is already locked within you. It has to resonate. Resonance is from frequency. The frequency has to match. So the first thing is that they're encoded with grid activation codes. The second thing is star lineage memory. You have a feeling that you're not from here. You're constantly looking up at the stars. You're trying to figure out what's what. You're trying to learn astrology. You're trying to just master this. Where am I from? Who am I? They also carry the coding of light language or language of light, the language of light. Okay, so you'll call light language, but it's a frequency. No, this does not mean that you have to always be speaking in tongues or foreign language. Listen, listen. This is you receiving channeled message. Please know that your spirit team does not speak English, Spanish, French, whatever language you speak. You are deciphering it as your language, but it's coming through as light, which means when some of you feel like you're overwhelmed because you're getting so much information and it's downloads that are coming and hitting you because it's coming through you as light. And sometimes you can't even articulate it. Sometimes it doesn't filter through as a language that you speak. It may very well come through as another language. And some are encoded with soul restoration technologies. Many are teachers, which means you have this desire to want to teach others, not sharers. Let me give you the difference. A sharer takes information from a teacher and shares it as their own. And if someone asks them a question, they cannot give them the source. And they don't even like questions asked because they know they don't have the source. Do you hear me? Many are teachers. A teacher will always say, ask me questions, and they always want to answer questions to no end. And they can give you the source of their information. Many are artists. They have no idea why they have to express in this way, whether it's drawing or painting or singing or dancing, designing, playing musical instruments. We're talking about harmonic codes. Many are architects that are here to build something. I've done readings with some of you, and I will say, you're here to build something big. Many of you who are master numbers 22, you're here to build something. It's something that hasn't been built before. You can't follow someone else. You have to listen to your spirit and do not doubt. Whatever it is, don't doubt it. You're meant to build something for the new world, the new reality that we are walking into. Some are teetering in and out of. Building new systems. So some may be doctors, some may be bankers, some may be lawyers, some may be whatever it is. You are here to build, architect something, build a system. Some are midwives of consciousness, that you're here to help people along, to guide them, to help them heal, settle their nervous system. Many of these midwives of consciousness work with herbs, with plants, with nature. Many of them are the healers. All are healers. Many of them heal in a different way, work with the mind, the heart, the body. These beings, all of you that I'm speaking with, that this resonates with, you came before the distortions happened. And you're here not to save the world. You're here to recalibrate the field, this energetic field that we are in. Again, 144,000 is not an exact head count. Get that out of your head. That is human interpretation. It is a defined frequency, not a population number. There are people who have been hurt because they were told you are not part of the 144,000 because they're all men. That's one lie that has been told. Or another one that has been told is that, and we'll get into this, you don't look a certain way or you're not from a certain place, so you can't be part of it. It is a defined frequency. This harmonic chord activates others to their own blueprint. So let's talk about race. Let's get into the race. Let's get into the race talk because I'm over it. For the past 5 years, I've taught a class called Melanin. And I had to speak truth from a biological standpoint, not from what somebody said or how somebody wanted to make someone feel better. I don't care about none of that. We are scientists. So we're going to tap into the true science, peer-reviewed science from true biologists that don't have a bias. So let's talk about this. Everyone on this planet has melanin because you came from a source that had melanin. So you have to have it. That is it. Point blank, period. Okay? End of discussion. There are different types of melanin. So if you want to draw this out, draw a wishbone. Draw 2 lines. One line is eumelanin. The second line is phenomelanin. The line that has phenomelanin, draw another level to that line, because eumelanin, excuse me, the one that has eumelanin, draw another line, draw another, like, extend it, because eumelanin continues to develop. Phenomelanin stops development at a certain place. Its growth is retarded. Not retarded, like, don't, not like that. We're talking, let's get into biology. Retarded growth, retardation in growth means something stops growing, okay? Something happens where it stops growing. So you have two lines. Let me do this. I got to demonstrate. We have two, think of it like this: phenomelanin, eumelanin. Both have melanin. The phenomelanin goes through a process where its growth stops. It's called retarded in science. The growth is retarded, okay? It stops. Eumelanin continues to develop, and then it splits. So you should have two lines, one stops, one continues, and one splits into two. One part is brown eumelanin, okay? And then the other part, we're going to continue the line down again, and that is black eumelanin. Y'all have it? Y'all got it? Let me know if you got this. We're going to talk about this once and for all. If you took my classes, you already have this information. I'm looking in the chat to make sure you got it. All right. Very good. Okay. Eumelanin and phenomelanin differ chemically and functionally. The differences affect skin tone, UV protection, and ancestral coding. Melanin impacts more than appearance. It holds ancestral and earth grid DNA codes. Listen to what I said. Did you hear what I said? I said melanin. I didn't just say eumelanin. We're not going to how you feel, or not getting into feelings, or none of that. We're looking at science right now. Understanding melanin types is key to recognizing deeper lineage and consciousness distinctions. Let's continue. So, it's not about skin color. Eumelanated beings carry deep ancestral codes and earth grid DNA. Their bodies are often chosen by high-level souls for reincarnation, and they are often the original soul-born. Listen, before you log off this channel, before you say, I don't want to hear this no more, listen. This is not in the way that the Matrix defines race. But yes, eumelanin does play a key role. Many of the original builders, soul-borns, harmonic seeders, grid workers are eumelanated because of the high crystal and mineral conductivity of eumelanin. Eumelanin carries copper. It carries certain crystal grids. That's just what it is. So their bodies are often chosen by high-level souls for incarnation on Earth, especially during key portals. Now let's talk about phenomelated beings. Some phenomelated beings are soul-born, especially those of Nordic, Atlantean, Lemurian, or Sirius A lineage. So now we're leaving the physical genetics, and we're talking about galactic. Certain soul-born carry Sirius B codes, which links them to cosmic origins beyond Earth. This phenomelated phenotype is also used by constructed beings and echo vessels because it is not exclusive to soul-born. Understand that frequency, origin, and soul connection, rather than skin color, define the true nature of these beings. This race dynamic is a false overlay that masks the true essence signature of the being inside the vessel. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Because you are blocking certain things. I will never forget when I was in Mexico doing research for Dr. Van Sertima, and he was locked out of institution. The British Museum would not let him go inside to look at the true Egyptian structures, the artifacts, the work that they had hidden. Let me come off of this for a minute. I need y'all to see me. They were hidden in the basement of the British Museum, and many still are. Some of these stolen artifacts that showed the original people. And Dr. Van Sertima was forbidden. He was banned. He could not go in and look in them. And he had a friend from Guyana. He's from Guyana, South America. He had a friend from Guyana that was a janitor. And the janitor allowed him to go into the basement overnight. They basically overnight, he let him in the back door, and Dr. Van Sertima went in the basement and saw the structures and saw the beings and saw how they looked and the real statues. And one of the things that he told me is that we can't get into certain places because of how we look. They won't give us certain information. But there are certain people that for some reason they want to give us truth. Let me be specific. He says certain white people. I never forget that. Because I was in college, I was on my Black Power, mode. And I remember going into Mexico, and my professor, the school I went, it was very racist. It was extremely sexist, extremely. Not only could women were not in these fields. That was the first thing. Women were not in these fields, and women couldn't speak up. But then a woman that was my color on top of that. But I had a professor who was German. His father was German. His mother was Mexican. And he was sympathetic to this work. What I mean by sympathetic is that he understood truth. And he took me to his sala. He had a section of the museum, Odo Shondube, that is his name. And he said, let me tell you some truth. Let me tell you what really happened. Let me tell you when the Germans came here, how they defaced everything. But they didn't know. They didn't know that the Mayan calendars, they thought they were designs. They didn't understand that it was language. And he started showing me stuff. It's some of these people that some of our master teachers had to get information from because they were locked out of certain places. Do you understand? So quit it with this falseness of race. We're looking at science. We're looking at galactic lineage. Do you understand? We're looking at bloodlines too. But I want you as spiritual beings to look above that, to think above that, to look at truth. Some of you that practice some of these things wouldn't have been able to practice some of these things. And I taught about this in my classes, that there were certain beings that had to come look a certain way to get some of the stuff to present to us because we wouldn't have it. We were locked out from these things. So we look at the codes within the person. Let's continue. Let's continue. Again, race dynamic. The race dynamic is a false overlay. It's ridiculous. And it masks the true essence signature of the being inside the vessel. I have a friend that was born 10 years before me, and on his birth certificate, it says Negro. And mine says Black. And I said, well, we are the same complexion. What, like that's race? Come on. When did white become a race? Because the Irish and the British were never considered the same when they were here in this country. Let's keep it all the way real. When white came about, and I don't know how white, because nobody's skin is white. Technically, Asians should be considered white because their skin is more pale. When that came about, this was a false construct, and it was meant to cause distortion. Because when you're in your ego place about what you are told that you are, you can't be open enough to learn what you need to learn and to unlock what you need to unlock. Real talk, none of you are whatever your race is. If you are a galactic being, you may have been blue very well. If you're from Sirius, you were blue. Okay? Okay, let's continue. Some you melanated beings are constructs. Some phenomelanated beings are soul born. The difference is not race, it is frequency, origin, and purpose. Okay? So, again, this is not about race. Science supports melanin's role in preserving memory and holding codes. Okay? Black bodies, I'm not being politically correct because I don't care about that. Black bodies are often targeted, traumatized, and recycled. You know what I mean by recycled? Y'all know what I mean by recycled because of the power that they hold. There's a cosmic jealousy of their connection to source. Listen to what I'm saying. It is a cosmic, cosmic jealousy. I did not say white person jealousy. I did not say President Trump jealousy. I didn't say Ashkenazi. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. Cosmic. Let me sum it up. Soulborns are mostly eumelanated. There are two types of eumelanin, brown and black. Many of you who think you are black eumelanated are really brown because you don't know what's in your bloodline. It is black eumelanin does not mean black people, okay? And brown eumelanin does not mean brown people. But the soul beings have the soul spark. They have these codes within them. They are purpose driven. They have radiant frequency. Then you have the constructs. Constructs are mostly phenomelanated, but not exclusively. They're usually programmed, empty vessels, and they can wear any skin. They can be anything, like chameleons. Then you have the echo beings, mixed, it's a mixed group. Many are eumelanated, but dormant or fragmented. So the ones in this group, they're asleep. They're fragmented. They're dormant. They don't have no clue. Again, what matters is not the color of the skin, but it is the soul and its conductivity. So again, three types of beings: soul-born, constructed, or an echo or parasitic. They have distinct purposes. Soul-born beings, which are about 7 to 9% of the population. These are the builders, the seeders, those with unique capacities that cannot be mimicked or copied. You can try, but you can't do it. You can't fully do it. It won't last long. I was watching this show. This was like a clip from a show, Adam's Family, and I think the girl Wednesday, and she says something, and she said, "You couldn't walk in my shoes because your feet will get all cut up. You think you can. You think you can, but you really couldn't handle it." And this is the case with soul-born beings. Their lives, even though they go through hell, even though they go through hell, and they will never tell you the hell they go through because some hell that they go through, they think that is normal. But they still present a certain way. And so people will look at them like, oh, I can be like them. I can do what they do temporarily because you don't know the hell that they have to go through. You don't understand the power that they have to overcome it. I've said it many times. Many soul-born beings have overcome death. They should have been dead. You should have been dead. How you are still here is unbelievable. How you are still thriving and being positive when everything seems like it's falling apart is because you have direct connection to source. You are God embodied. This is the frustration with master teachers when they're like, "What are you talking about?" It was in the Bible twice. I think I don't want to say the wrong person, but in the Old Testament, maybe Abraham, not Abraham, someone after him said, "Ye are gods." And then the Bible in the New Testament, when the one they called Jesus said, "Didn't y'all don't y'all know ye are gods? Why y'all acting like this?" How many times masters have to come and say, "This is who you are. Don't you know who you are?" And yet you have beings that are not like you who are trying to play you, who are trying to be you, who talk shit about you, but secretly want to be you. Because how is this person able to do this, survive, have a smile on their face? Look at what they're going through. They're homeless. How are they still smiling and saying peace? It's something that cannot be copied. It can be mimicked, but only for a certain period of time. You hear me? You can't read enough books about it. I don't care how many books you have read. I don't care how scholarly you think you are. You can't copy an original blueprint. It is original. Constructed beings, 65 to 70%, they may appear conscious, but they have unstable connections. These are the ones that are connecting to the soul born. They leech on. You can tell, and I'll give you one thing. I'm gonna go deeper into the in the workshop, but you can tell because they speak like you, they look like you, their hair is wrapped like you, they're speaking the same language, they may be in the same class with you, but when you're around them, your energy is drained. And then you see they start acting like you are doing certain saying certain things like you. They may even say, "I want to be like you. I wish I could be like you." They will say it. We don't hear it. Many can be healed, but most of them don't choose it. They don't want to do the work. I've heard people, and I said, "This you have to do some healing work," and they'll say, I'm not trying to do that." Okay, I know who you are, and that's okay. There's no judgment. We don't hold no judgment against nobody. The goal is to understand who is. They start the healing and it's like, "This is too much. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing." And then allow people to tell them, like, "Yeah, this is a lot." They allow other constructed beings or echo beings to tell them, this is too much. You can't do it." Or talk bad about the soul born that is trying to help the other ones wake up. And I will not call any names, but I have witnessed it even with some of our so-called masters who will there will be someone that is genuine in their work and they are truly so born and the other ones are not. And they're mimicking or copying or being close by proximity because that's what happens. And the whole time destroying the credibility of the true soul born one. And you have other ones that truly don't want to be healed that will come in alignment with them, gang up on them. Yeah, that you're right about that. That person is da da da. You weren't saying that when that soul born was in your face, when you were asking for help or a reading or consultation or healing or whatever it is to be a student, whatever that was, you weren't saying it then. That's why I say be careful who you surround yourself with. Be careful who you surround yourself with. If you don't know, you ask your spirit team, expose who is who around me. They will do it. Echo beings, 20 to 25% are vessels occupied by non soul based intelligences, often functioning as energetic siphons. Many of these are a lot of the major influences on social media. It is unreal. Now it's getting to the point where you don't know if it's AI or the actual person. Unreal. Whatever they're saying has no, you don't feel it. There's no grounding. There's no frequency within it. You don't really resonate. It may look good. It may even convince you to purchase something or buy something or do something. Sign up for a class or whatever it is. Their job is to siphon your energy, get you in a place of fear or lack, and siphon that energy. The differences amongst the beings are defined by frequency, origin, and purpose, not race, skin color. Frequency, origin, and purpose. And don't be fooled. Do not be fooled because someone is saying a thing or they wrote a book or they're popular or no, don't be fooled by it. Soul-born beings are 7 to 9%. That means 91 to 93% are not. I'm going to leave you with this. After I wrote this presentation, I went into a meditation. I asked, what message could I share with the soul family, with the soul-born beings, or the few constructed beings that are teetering and I don't know, want to heal, but they're fighting. What is a message that I can share with them? So I'm going to put it on the screen. Feel free to screenshot this if you need a reminder for yourself. This is the message that I received. Remember who you are. You are not imagining it. You are not too sensitive. You are not alone. You are soul born. You were sent here as a disruption to the distortion. The systems were built to suppress your knowing so that you would forget, but you didn't, and you won't. The earth is waking up through you. Your frequency is key. Stand in it. Your frequency is key. Stand in it. With that said, I hope that, no, I don't hope anything. I know that this message is reaching the ones that it is meant to reach, that is resonating with the ones that it's meant to resonate with. And that's it. That's all. That's it. That is all. That is it. Um, when it comes to the collective, we're going to do a workshop on this because I have much more to share and I need you to know how to how to determine who is who. You need to know. And so we're going to have a workshop on this. I will let you know the date that we have the workshop. Not tonight, y'all. Not tonight. With that said, I love you, Soul Family. If you want the last slide, screenshot it, rewatch the video and screenshot it. Okay. Love you, Soul Family. Continue being the amazing beings that you are. Remember, we don't sit in judgment of anyone. The goal of this is to know who is who, so you understand how to move, so you're not hurting your feelings. We're so sensitive sometimes, right? Not that we're judging, and it's not for you to start looking at your family members and everyone saying, "Oh, you're this, you're that." Everything is going to everyone gets revealed. It all comes to the surface. Just know that. Okay? And when it does, it does. You keep doing the work that you're here to do. All right? Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Sweet dreams, safe travels, and I will see you all very soon. Peace, everyone.